Man, another beautiful Sunday, starting off right with some good music from Family because that's what MX24 is about, right? We're about being fun, fearless, and factual, and we represent that through and through with the music we put out, with the guests we talk to, with the conversations we have, with the events we're a part of. So, if this is your first time ever watching MX24, I just want you to know that's what we're about, and happy to welcome you here onto one of our shows, MX Live. If you've stuck and stayed with us all through time, we appreciate you even more and more. And we promise you next year is going to be even better again with the music, the guests, the conversations, and the events we're going to be at. But of course, can never do this without you. You're the most important part of every single thing we do. That's why we need your messages and your feedback all on social media, MX24 TV, hashtags MXLive for this show, of course. Questions, ideas, suggestions, anything you want to ask us, go in our DMs, send out a tweet, post a comment under our picture. We try to reply and respond to as many as we can. So what we're going to do, like we do every single weekday, going to go for a quick commercial break. When we get back, I'm here with my guests.
What you are experiencing is what we call dissociative identity disorder. It's a condition where a person has two or more distinct personalities. It means you have different parts of you that come out in different situations.
I'm not crazy, right?
Like I will beat you like my own bastard child. What you gonna do?
It's time for dinner, baby.
Freeze!
We depend on you to solve the cases, to catch these criminals.
This killer knows no problem. With no traces of evidence. Who are you?
I'm the queen. When I saw the second killing in the news, and the fact that the killer left a chess piece after every killing.
I need to find a serial killer. By any means necessary.
Welcome back, guys. MX Live on MX24 TV. Now, I see this, and I'm seeing fists being thrown. I'm seeing beautiful ladies. I'm seeing detectives, crime, drama, and everything in between. And the interesting thing about this, I feel like when we see movies, it's always best to dive into those who create these movies, just like music, just like content creators, what's the reasoning, for the movies they put out and why they put out those movies at those times. Interestingly enough, I have the director for that movie, Pascal. How you doing?
Jason, thank you so much.
Pascal, I haven't seen you this year. I mean, apart from a few events. The first thing I saw when I asked you is how many movies this year. And the reason why I asked you that, I feel like creatives at their, when they work for years, let me say, right? Like artists, directors, actors and actresses, and so forth, animators, when they work for so long, it gets to the point where we don't get as much of them because they're focused more on quality over quantity. Is that a fair statement? Is that right?
Here's the thing. I can't speak for everybody else.
Yeah.
But for the longest time, my formula has always been Q equals TTM.
Q equals TTM.
Q equals TTM. So quality equals time, talent, and money. To make a movie, you need time, you need talent, you need money. And I would say, if you have at least two of those things, and actually exaggerate on one of those things, increase one of those things, you can make up for the lack of one.
That's interesting.
So Q equals TTM, quality equals talent, time, and money. Do we have the talent? I believe we do. Do we have the money? It could be better, but if you wanted the quality to increase, spend a little bit more time on the film, spend a little more time on the works, and you might have
Do you see enough quality now? I mean, from a holistic point of view, because you see movies, you talk to directors, you travel outside the country, you've won multiple awards outside the country. Now, are we churning out, are you happy with the quality of the movies from here?
The answer to that question is I'm excited with how far we can go.
Okay.
We have not gone to where we could go. Absolutely not. There's so much to achieve. And I'm actually excited to where we can go.
Okay.
Me, of course, I've gone around. Like, I was in music videos for many years. And I started with movies in Canada, and I was in music video for many years. And I've seen how the music video industry has increased, especially since I left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when I was there, I did my thing, worked very hard. I wanted to revolutionize the music industry, and I felt like it was in good hands. And that's when I decided to leave about 6 years ago. It's been 6 years already, Charlie. But the film industry, I knew that, you know, the same mission. Just come here and contribute as much as I can, as creative as I can, and collaborate with many people as I can. Lynx, this movie is a Lynx production, so it's my first time collaborating with Lynx for a production, and I know for a fact, like, we have a long way to go. We have a long way to go, but we are on our way.
So, with what I said in the beginning, right? Again, that was just an observation, because I look at people like Jay-Z, they drop an album once every 5 years. So again, that's just like looking from outside the box as a fan. What do you tell those fans who want more of Pascal Aka, who want 5-10 movies from you in a year?
The thing is, like, it takes, you know, a shorter time to shoot machine guns than a nuclear weapon. Oh. You understand? So I'd rather be like a Kendrick, for example, or maybe a Beyonce. You know, when, you know, I'm dropping an album, it's a whole celebration as opposed to a routine thing, you know? But at the same time, you know, you have Chris Brown who releases an album every year, every 2 years, and it's like, you know, it works for him. But the thing is, again, with this formula that I keep talking about, like, you know, there's a lot of things going on when I do a production. There's training going on, there's research, there's experimentation. There's also a lot of networking when I go to events, especially with my last movie when I won so many awards. The things that I experienced. And people hate it when I mention Nigeria all the time, but come on, bro. Like, when they talk about African filmmaking...
Give credit where it's due.
Yeah. When they talk about African filmmaking, they're the ones that are exploding. And nobody is more similar to Nigerians than us. You know what I mean? Like, we have so much similarity. And right now, I have to mention, shout out to Peter Sudufia, who's like, I would say is the biggest film director in Ghana. And recently, he did a movie in Nigeria. And he flew me, and he flew William as well to his DOP. So it's basically like his career is reaching a bigger market, a large market, which is the Nigerian market, who are exploding right. These guys are making movies for $500,000 right now. You know, we don't really make that money in a year in GH. You understand? So, and they are very welcoming to us. And we saw how the industry really exploded about 1 or 2 decades ago. When Ghana and Nigeria was brother and sisters. You know what I mean? And that brother and sister love is still there. You understand? So their market is exploding, and we have to hold their hands and showcase what we can do as well.
That.
Yeah, as they get elevated and they receive blessings, it trickles down to us.
Like that.
Why not?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
really like
so
that.
collaboration is the way to go. You know.
Nice. Okay, so when you're about to drop a movie, right? Looking at how long you've worked in the industry, do nerves come into play? Because again, we're going to get to porn, you know, that you're working on with Lynx,
The what?
you know.
We'll get into what?
To porn. PAWN, porn. Let's be very, very clear.
And it was not my idea to name the movie that, but I knew this would happen.
So when you're about to drop a movie like this, again, title of the movie, very intriguing, you know, from the story, from what I've heard, you know, very, very captivating. Do nerves come into play at all at this point in your career?
Honestly, I'm almost 40 years old, and I've been directing for almost 20 years now. I've received all kinds of positives and negatives. I'm at a point where, like, I'm really, really, really calm, no matter what. I'm really calm. And even during, the biggest nerves would come during production, perhaps, because you have a limited time to do quality. And once bad things happen, you have to, literally a director's job, to a large extent, is to come up with creative solutions to problems that come out of nowhere. So when it comes to premieres or anything like that, I don't get nervous at all. That's the fun part, really, you know. And reviews, you know, I welcome everything, positive and constructive, you know what I mean? So, like, I know where I am. I'm very comfortable and secure who I am and what I can do, you know. So, and as far as the collaboration with myself and Lynx, if we keep going, I hope we do. There's so much amazing things we can do together.
Nice.
This is just the first step.
So let's get to this movie, man. This is, God willing, the first step, as you're saying, onto a longer journey with Lynx. I think I'm really, really impressed. I was talking to Richie, and I told him that I'm super impressed with how he's diversified creatively, right? Because Richie's known as the music guy, the producer, you know, the talent guy who just looks for people who can do these things and builds them up, you know, to the careers they have. And now to add movies, even though it's still in the creative space, it takes a lot, you know, to have a production. I see TikTokers, and when they're shooting their skits, and sometimes I sit back, even though I've been in productions, and I see now and I'm like, so many hours, you know, go into these 10, 15-minute skits. Imagine a 3-hour movie, right? Where you're traveling, you know, you need your DOP and your stylist and all these things, the scripts. How was this collaboration for you and Lynx? And tell us a bit about the story.
For me, I would say it's a bit like a paid holiday, to be honest. You know, any movie where I'm not the producer allows me to just focus on the directing craft. And Lynx, they have a very, very strong team, you know. I think it was very, very seamless. Richie has known me since I was fresh off the boat, 2011. We had meetings. This is the first time we worked together, but it didn't feel like the first time at all. So they have a very strong team, production team, and a lot of the film was shot at Tygon Studios as well. Okay. The in-house studio. And that was a very, very great experience. So like the set design for a lot of the scenes as well, and yeah, so it's just something that gets me very, very excited to what we can do. So even the marketing aspect to it, and even though it's not music, there are some things that they are learning from marketing a movie as well. So it's like there's too many things to be excited about. You know, the flavor from the fan base. They're definitely going to get that with this film, and then some.
Yeah, it looks very, very crisp, I must say. So what is this movie about? Now let's talk about the story, looking at what you can tell us.
Okay. Well, it's a psychological thriller, you know. And for me, what's important to me, so I don't want people to come in there and think that it's an action film. It is not an action film. It's a psychological thriller. It does have some action aspect to it, with same way with every single work that I do. Always have elements of action. But please, it's not an action film. Action is just an ingredient, it's not the whole recipe. This is a psychological thriller. It's the kind of film where you have an active experience mentally as you're watching it, putting the pieces together. That's why it's called Pawn. Get it? Chess play. And So it's about Clifford Mensah, played by Ajay Anand, who is a detective that's trying to investigate a serial killing that's going around Accra, Ghana. And as he's doing that, he's having some mental issues that a therapist is trying to help him with.
So he actively has mental issues on the job, basically.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, how bad is the mental issues? Watch the movie and you realize how bad it is, but or how he can navigate that. But he's a detective who's very, very, like, you know, he's out for justice, and he's really, really obsessed with putting pieces together and also setting things right. Okay. Yeah, you know, so. As you saw the trailer, I can say that he's suffering from multiple personality disorder.
Hitting himself. I see.
Yeah. So people can associate that with, honestly, what I have to say. This film not necessarily it strongly delves into childhood traumas as well. Okay. Yeah, mental health and childhood traumas, and how we as human beings, we are a result of what we experienced as we were children. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things that we can discuss after you watch the film. But from seeing the trailer and everything, the promotion is like, you know, come see.
That's quite sensitive, you know, because this is something everybody experiences, right? The environment you're in, how you treat people, and, you know, that's why we say, you know, he had a very traumatic past, right? PTSD and all of these things. When you're working on stories like this, somebody you might have known who's been through this, it could be a personal experience. Does it take an emotional toll on you at all?
I mean, there's nothing that takes more emotional toll on you than acting itself, which, you know, I'm an actor as well. But I didn't act in this movie, you know. I retired from acting in my own movies that I direct. All the movies that I directed, I acted in all of them. It's not this one. This is the first one. So I would say Ajay did a lot of work in this film. I can't say too much. But in my opinion, all the feature films I've done in Ghana, Ajay acted in all of them. And this is the first one where he's the lead actor. And I've never seen him work this hard. You know, he was very busy as a person, but also by working on this film was a lot of hours, a lot of work. We sat down, the rehearsal we did, me and him alone, kind of thing. Like, it really built our bond, and also, no matter how you know Agitate as an actor, this is a film that showcases everything that he has as a person, as a human being, and as an actor. And I think when you watch this film, you'll be really, really, really impressed. The trailer doesn't do it justice. Watch this film and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Definitely can't wait. So the thing is, it's premiering this Saturday. Please give us the info.
November 2nd.
Okay.
5, 7, 9. 5 p.m., 7 p.m., 9 p.m. So I beg, the tickets right there. The tickets are available. 100 CDs, but at the gate it's 150 CDs. So Charlie, if you want to save 50 CDs, buy your tickets now. At linksfamily.com/spawn the movie, and the ticket hotline is right there, 053-348-1400, 053-348-1400. I'm taking your job, Jason. So, you know what I mean?
Amazing one.
Of course, Adetiana Sikao, Gloria Safo, Nikki Samonas, NGO, and then directed by Pascal. And seriously, this is something you can't miss. It's going to be an amazing experience, absolutely.
Let me ask you this before you leave. Do you see, you said you're excited, about the future, but do you see us getting to that future quickly?
Maybe.
Because again, it's a very competitive space we're in.
It's coming maybe sooner than you think.
That's
and
good.
Let me say one thing. It is my assignment. I, Pascal Aka, I am one of those soldiers that will take Ghana film industry to the promised land. I won't do that by talking. I won't do that by showing up at those events, all that stuff. I will do that by making great films. So help me God. Allah. Let's do this.
Thank you so much, man. It's been an awesome conversation. Always talking to you is interesting. I learned so much from you myself when I see you on sets, whenever I talk to you privately and publicly or on set. And I must say, more grease to your elbows. Keep doing what you've been doing this for years, right? And it feels like you're just getting started, right? Your energy is his energy is always up there. It feels like you're just getting started. And I think that's going to inspire more young creatives, because unfortunately, when I talk to young actors and actresses, they don't know their way, because it feels like they don't meet the right people to talk to. But with what you're doing, again, I see the directive you've spoken about. I think there's a bright future, and hopefully we get more of this, right? So Saturday, you're going to be there.
Saturday.
Looking fly as always, with all the actors and actresses, right?
Oh, Charlie, it's going to be an amazing experience. So, Charlie, if you get your tickets, if it's not just to watch a movie, come there and be fashionable. Black and white, I suggest, or black and gold.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Okay. Black and white or black and gold, it's chess pieces.
Nice one. I do have to let him leave, but guys, we're posting this all over social media. Just go Google Porn Movie. I'm sure you're going to get all the information, all the ticket prices, the numbers you can call, and I'm sure you can go to Silverbird Cinemas, get tickets, and everything is there as available as always. Thank you so much for tuning in. To everyone who supports the Ghana movie industry, the Ghana music industry, every single industry, from the motherland, we appreciate you so, so much. On that note, have a wonderful afternoon.
I believe what you are experiencing is what we call dissociative identity disorder. It's a condition where a person has two or more distinct personalities. It means you have different parts of you that come out in different situations.
I'm not crazy, right?
Like I will beat you like my own bastard child. What you gonna do?
It's time for dinner, baby.
Please.
We depend on you to solve the cases, to catch these criminals.
This killer's not a problem. With no traces of evidence. Who are you?
I'm the queen. When I saw the second killing in the news, and the fact that the killer left a chess piece after every killing.
I need to find the serial killer by any means necessary.